Hello everybody, welcome to Hi-Fi Resale Shop. My name is Derek. This is Mello. He's here in the office today. He's probably in here because he's kind of cold walking around the house, but 6 degrees outside, cold. How's the weather where you're at? I know that they have a cold snap down south, and it's obviously colder up north, so everybody's getting it today, or in this time of the year. Right now, yesterday was the holiday, and there was no shipping to do yesterday, so we're gonna do the shipping today. We had 3 days, so we have 3 days of sales. We had 22 items that sold over the course of those days, and let me see what the total is on that. Somewhere around $600 worth of stuff going out. So let's go through those items. Also wanted to talk today about levels on eBay. So I'm going to let the puppy go. And we'll go through the stuff that sold, and we'll talk about the topic today, that eBay levels. Starting off with that, I know I watch YouTubers, I watch eBay sellers on YouTube because that and Facebook forums and stuff like that are the only ways that eBayers can kind of come together to understand what other people are doing to like get ideas on how to be a better reseller, how to do things in a more efficient way, how to pick up and buy things, and all that stuff. Hold on a second, I'm gonna cut this noise out behind me. I got a sick kid here today, so he's into bottle flipping, so you hear bottle flipping going on in the background. That's him. All right, and so listen to these other YouTubers. I think a lot of times they may or may not understand that they are kind of like out of context, or don't understand where other people are coming from on the eBay platform, because a lot of people are just really smaller time sellers. Just they don't do the quantity, they don't have the time, they still have their regular full-time job, they just do this on the side. They also want to grow their business. They may or may not want to do it full-time, but there are levels at which you can be at on eBay, and there's different things that come out of different levels on eBay. Some people don't have a store, some people have a store. So there's different aspects of things that you get from eBay when you have a store or don't have a store. The only thing I say about getting a store is when you start to pay for listings, because I know you get a bunch of free listings before you get the store level. If you're paying for a bunch of listings, you have to equate when the break-even point is between getting a store, even at the simplest level, to how many listings you're paying for in that month. There's going to be a break-even point, and when you get to be around $10 of that break-even point, you just move up to the store, because you're going to get some benefits out of the store, and you could just leave the rest of it behind. But in terms of levels, like I watch some people, and they're going thrifting every Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and they're dropping thousands of dollars on inventory for the week. Well, that's because they're selling thousands of dollars in inventory every week. If you sell $1,000 that week, you probably should pick up a couple $100 worth of inventory the next week to replace it. But not everybody has that going on in their store. Some people are selling 2 and 3 items a week. that means you're going to replace 2 or 3 items a week. You're not going to buy 72 items. On the flip side of that, if you don't take your money and reinvest it well, then you're never going to grow. So if you're continually buying bad buys, then you're not gonna grow in your business. But if you strategically buy things that are going to prop your business up, then you'll see that happen. And that's a lot of times where I see that happen is when I make big purchases, like when I bought the audiobooks. I didn't really know anything about them. I just saw the value. I think I got them for like 31 cents a piece. And I'm looking right now to buy 2 other people's collections of those, and to pay probably less than $1 for one audiobook thing. But that's where you make your strides, because you don't necessarily know that all of it's going to make a lot of money, but the majority of it is going to make its money back really quickly, and then you're going to grow from there. I don't know this as a fact, but this is what it seems like to me, is if you have a listing day, and some listing days, like I'll put up 10 items, I'll put up 5 items. Some days I'll put up 20 items. So when I have a big listing day, I know that 2 things from that listing day, when I put up 25 or 30 items, 2 things from that day are going to sell within a week. That's pretty much a given. So your top 10% of whatever you list in a week is going to sell within 2 weeks. And then the next 10 to 20% of good stuff is going to sell in the next 2 weeks. And then the rest of it is just over the course of time. So if you think about it that way, your best stuff is constantly getting bought up and taken out of your store. So when you buy these big purchases, there's going to be an initial, like, get my money back as fast as possible, and that's going to be the best of the best that's in there. And then over time, the rest of what you bought is what's going to make you the profit in the end. And if you have, you have buy over at buy, stacked on top of buy, stacked on top of buy, that's where you're going to make your growth as a seller. So that's my belief in that. I think some of these bigger guys on eBay, they may forget what it's like to have started on eBay. I'm not going to name any names, but there was another reseller on YouTube, eBay and YouTube, and she started a separate store to just try and start it from the get-go. And even though her intentions were great with it, that she used none of she opened a new store with a new account and all this. There's nothing to take into account. It's not like somebody starting it up from scratch, because of all the knowledge that she had. She has a successful store. So, and it makes a lot of money. So she already has all those, that knowledge and traits from having the successful one to just implement it into the other store. That's not, I mean, and then to say that this was what I did. I built it up within 6 months and it's running full steam ahead. Well, that's not what a new eBay seller is going to have. They're not going to have all that knowledge and all the insights into what is good and what should she buy and what should you list it for, and sell through rate, and shipping snafus and packing, how to pack stuff and where to get your materials from and where to get them from cheap, and all these things that we learn over the course of time. So that to be said, I think you got to understand where your level is and then see those opportunities of where you can level up. And they don't come every day, but if you don't look for them every day, then you're not going to see the ones that tend to show themselves to you. And then the second part of that is you have to see that the opportunity that's there, but then you have to be able to pounce on it, to have money somewhere that you can use towards it. So that's a whole nother ball game. I have 4 kids and a wife, and eBay pays the bills. So a lot of times the money from eBay has to go directly and pay a bill. So sometimes I don't even have that money to, when I see a good deal, I can't jump on it. But also what that does is it slows me down too, in a good way. It checks me and says, hey, this is not the best time for that. You might want to back off of that. And otherwise I probably would have a huge backlog of inventory. And like I said, I'm trying to get these 2 audiobook things done, so I can take on those, but I just want to do it in a smart fashion. So with that said, let's get to the stuff that sold. All right, so we had 22 things. The last thing that sold was about 20 minutes ago. So we will go back to Friday to everything that sold. So the first thing that sold on Friday was this Tamarack camera bag. It's empty. It's a vintage, made in the USA type of bag. It's got some like suede type highlights to it, and a bunch of clips and pockets and stuff, and that sold for $69 plus shipping on top. And the next item that sold is this Haptics gray and blue 1X round color block with this cheetah print long sleeve, $7 plus shipping on top. Just a note there, when you're putting up clothes, make sure that you put exactly what's on the tag in your title. If it says XL, put XL, but if it says 1X, make sure you put 1X in it, because a lot of times there is a measurement difference between 1X and XL. One is considered a plus size and one is not considered a plus size. So just put that in there just so the customer can make their own decision on if that's a size that's going to work for them. The next item that's sold, let me go back to this. I don't know where that Tamarack bag came from. And I do not know where that Haptics shirt came from. This coffee cup, it's a Taurus burgundy coffee cup, astrological sign Taurus, dishwasher, microwave safe, coffee mug, $8 plus shipping on top. I got this probably 2 years ago at a garage sale. So a very long tail item for $8. The next item that's sold, I listed it on Friday or Thursday of last week, and it sold on it sold on Friday. So if it listed it on Thursday, it's sold on Friday. They asked me when I'm going to ship it on Sunday, so I don't know if that's a good sign or whatever. But it's this Betty Boop vintage 2005 extra large t-shirt. And it sold for $18.99. It says it came from a Facebook Marketplace bag that I paid $5 for the bag, and its cost was 25 cents. I bought the bag the 2nd of January. So that hasn't been around for very long, and as soon as it got listed, it sold. So I was talking with my wife, and I was like, Betty Boop stuff doesn't really sell that well anymore, and then of course it sells right away. Oh, this is not the right thing. Okay, the next item that sold was a Richard Marx CD, Days in Avalon. This CD sold for $4.99 plus shipping on top. The next item that sold is this Express rugby shirt. It's got these small holes up in the tag here. And it's got a lot of distressed features to it. See, the cuffs on it are distressed. The cuffs over here are distressed. The back has that number that's distressed. So I don't know if those holes are supposed to be there. I wouldn't imagine they're supposed to be there. But everything's distressed on this. Blue and white striped small long sleeve rugby polo shirt by Express with defects. $8.99 plus shipping on top. That I listed about a month ago, and it's sold. The next thing is another CD. A Mary in Love and What? Don't know anything about this CD. That sold for $3.75 plus shipping on top. Another CD. John Stewart, Cannons in the Rain, Wingless Angels. It says country music. $4 plus shipping on top. The next item that sold was a skirt. Faded Glory, which is Walmart brand. This is a charcoal stripy jersey maxi long skirt, medium 810. It's sold for $5 plus shipping on top. The next CD was a surprise. So surprise. Why would it be a surprise? A lot of times I get ability to send out offers to people, and I do send out offers to people. So I see, oh, this skirt, somebody's interested in this skirt, and then boom, it sells later. Or somebody's interested in this CD, and then I give them an offer, which is $1 off or whatever, to try and make the sale go through, because they've put it in their cart and now they're doing something else. Just remind them and then give them $1 off, and maybe they put it in their cart and actually run it through. Well, a lot of times I don't. They just buy it right when they see it. I never know in advance that somebody's looking at it. So that's why I say it was a surprise. This CD, Mary Lou Turner, My Life Through the Years, Country Pop CD, used $103.99. It is 2 CDs. It's a double CD thing. And it kind of looks like homemadey, like it's not special. And it's slightly professional, but not all the way professional. So that one sold for $103.99 plus shipping on top. So that's awesome. The next item is another CD that sold. Tallest Man on Earth, The Wild Hunt. This sold for $4 plus shipping on top. The next thing was an audiobook. I sell probably 3 audiobooks a week from that buy that I've made almost 2 years ago. But about a year and a half ago, probably. Linda Howard, Kill and Tell. This sold for $5 plus shipping on top. I did notice that going through the audiobooks that a lot of the stuff that's left is $10 and less. So we're getting down to the end of it. I might have to go through and lot up authors together and just get rid of them that way. Do 3 audiobooks together, 3 or 4, and sell them at $20 a pop for the lot of 4 of them, and maybe start getting rid of them that way. I don't want to get rid of them because I'm looking to buy more, but the oldest ones I want to start, moving them out. I want to get new stuff in. So the next item is Tupperware. Okay, so lid. I don't know if you're old enough that you had Kool-Aid in this sucker back in the 80s. My mom had an orange one, and it always had Kool-Aid in it all the time. And by the time we were like 6 and 7 years old, we knew how to make Kool-Aid by ourselves. So this one, vintage Tupperware, model number 800-3, pitcher 2-quart harvest tan with a white top, made in USA, $7.99 plus shipping on top. The next item that sold was another CD. It's Little Trim, Grab It, R&B, hip hop, pop. This sold for $10.40 plus shipping on top. I have never heard of Little Trim. Another really good CD purchase. This is from, it's new, sealed. It's called The Gentleman Callers. Don't say what it is. It's from 2005. I still have 4 of these sealed available. This one sold for $36 plus shipping on top. Awesome sale. The next item that's sold are these 2 magazines. One's got Jordan on it, and the other one's got Phil Jackson on it. These are from my collection, my personal collection. When I was a kid, growing up in Chicago, I would save newspapers and stuff like that. So 91-92 NBA Chicago Bulls, Chicago Tribune insert, Michael Jordan, Phil Jackson. That's a lot of the 2, sold for $25 plus shipping on top. The next item that's sold is this J. Jill Luxe Supima tunic. It's an ivory color. It's long sleeve, and this sold for $17 plus shipping on top. Nice sale there. The next item is a pair of boots. These brand new with tags, Magellan duck boots, black with the quilted top. Women's 7 new, sold for $17.99. I got them at an Academy sale, clearance sale on shoes for $9.98 plus shipping on top. So there isn't a lot of profit in this one. I just knew that boots, I could get the boots and sell the boots this winter, and I have done that. So I made $5 or $6 on the flip. So there. Then the next item is another CD. Talia Elizondo. I don't know anything about this. Pop Rock Banda, it says. $5 plus shipping on top. I need to switch that CD case out. It's not in really good shape. It's got a crack in it. The next item is a lot of 2 Mark Martin pins. Let me see if I can get this open in a timely manner to show you them. I think these came from a hat. These came from a hat when I bought at a garage sale a gentleman's entire hat collection of NASCAR stuff. He was a Mark Martin fan. And so there's the other one. Okay, so those 2 pins sold for $4.99 plus shipping on top. The next thing to sell is this, and I'll cut this open. This Bob Marley CD set. There was like a dust jacket type of deal that these went in, but I don't have that. I just have the CDs here. So it's 4 CDs and a booklet. So this is the booklet. And then it's got 4 CDs, which I know are freshly buffed, because my friend Tanzel, he buffed them for me, and I appreciate his help with that. He is a video game seller on eBay, and he rebuffs all of the games that he gets. So then I have one more to show you, so hold on a second. Okay, so that Bob Marley CD, if I didn't say it before, that sold for $9.99 plus shipping on top. The last item that sold, and I left it in the storage area, so I had to go get it, but it sold in between a couple of CDs a little ways back. But it's this bag here. It's Jack of George's patent leather business carry-on rolling case. It's 14 by 16. I spent a lot of time with leather cleaner and stuff, trying to get this back into good shape. It was kind of beat up when I got it, and it looks good now. If the end user wants to spend a little bit more time, I'm sure they can get it to shine a little bit more than it does right now. And I might actually, if I have some leather cleaner around here, like some polish, I'll throw some polish on here. But it's in good shape. But this sold for $104 plus shipping on top. Now, I highly doubt that that's going to have to go to the eBay authenticators, but we will see. I don't know. I guess I could click on this shipping label and see where it's going to go, where the label says it's going to go. And it looks like it's just going to go straight to Michigan. So somebody in Michigan bought it. So awesome sale there. Was very surprised by that last night when that sold. So there are the 22 items that sold over the course of 3 days. Got a bunch of feedbacks the other day. So I ended up going over 11,800. So I'm at 11,802 today. So that's a good milestone. I think we're waiting for 11,900 and then on to 12,000 positive feedbacks. So that's looking good right there. So the last thing I would say is with that gift card series that we did right before the new year, we gained 50 new subscribers, so I want to say thank you to everybody new who subscribed to the channel. Hopefully you find this content interesting and helpful. If you have any questions, please leave them down below. Comment, like, subscribe. I appreciate all of that. Helps so that one day we, I don't know, maybe one day we can get monetized. I don't know. But that's going to be all for right now. Remember that Jesus loves you, and he loves all of us, and we need to make sure we put Jesus and God first in our lives. And we will see you next video. High five.